With the release of the third Fantastic Beasts film, it does seem like they have left the story in quite a conclusive manner. So we're going to look at 5 different ways that the Harry Potter franchise could go in the next coming years. Starting with number 1, and that is to make more Fantastic Beasts films. Now they have stated in the past that they do want to make 5 Fantastic Beasts films. Of course we have got up to number 3 now, but they have left it in a way where that could be left as a trilogy, or they could continue the story further. However, these films have been met with mixed reviews, mostly leaning on the negative side, with a lot of that stemming from a mishmash of ideas from these first 3 films. We have the first film being very much like a Pokemon hunting sort of film with Newt Scamander looking for beasts, and then you've got the second film and the third film moving more into the political side, and the Dumbledore and Grindelwald relationship being at the forefront. So if they were to make a 4th and 5th Fantastic Beasts film, with them keeping the name Fantastic Beasts in the title, I can see him being a lot like the second and third film here, where they got 2 things going on at the same time and it's not really gelling very well. But if they did leave the Fantastic Beasts title away and had it more focused on Dumbledore and Grindelwald, then I could see it being a success, because I think there is an interesting story there if you do focus on that mainly, and not have it in the back of your mind, but you have to force in that Fantastic Beasts element into the story. In at number 2, we have the Cursed Child film. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child has been a successful stage show, with the story here revolving on next generation of wizards and witches, including Harry Potter's son Albus, going on a time-travelling adventure. A film adaptation of The Cursed Child is definitely something Warner Bros. Want to do in the future. It's also been reported that the first 2 Harry Potter films director Christopher Columbus would happily come back and get involved with this. But that thought is not shared with the star of Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, as at the moment he's quite happy being outside of the Potter world, and he sort of likened it a bit to Mark Hamill with Luke Skywalker, that he's happy having some time away from the world for now, but will not say no potentially in the future. Of course, what Warner Bros. Could do is recast these characters in their adult roles, but I really don't see them doing that. I don't think people will be that interested in seeing a film with an older Harry Potter, an older Hermione and Ron, without seeing Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson and Rupert Grint. To number 3 now, we have a story about the Marauders. Now just a reminder of who the Marauders are, we have James Potter, Sirius Black, Remus Lupin and Peter Pettigrew, and while at Hogwarts went on to create the Marauders map. Now in 2016 there was actually a fan film made called Severus Snape and the Marauders, so I think there definitely is demand for this sort of story to be fleshed out. What they could do, maybe do it through a TV show, maybe do it through some more films, but I think this is definitely something which will interest the fans quite a lot, because it has a lot of the characters we know about, but we only got like snippets of it during the Harry Potter film series. To number 4 now, we have a Voldemort centered series or show. Just like the Marauders, there was also a fan film made for Voldemort back in 2018 called Voldemort Origins of the Air. Like if you look at their recent past with a film like Joker, you have a film there which was focused on an iconic villain, and they'll probably look at Voldemort and think this also has potential to do the same. And they know that a big name like Voldemort will get people buying those tickets, getting in those seats, and making them that sweet, sweet Muller. But would a film based around Voldemort be something I want to watch? Kinda yes, kinda no, but I'll be intrigued no doubt. But at the same time, having that mystery around a character is something I quite enjoy having, and actually having my imagination fill in the blanks for me. And now we've arrived at number 5, which is a Hogwarts Origins film. Now this one leads on quite well from what I was just saying previously, with things being left for your imagination. Like for me, the founders of Hogwarts are legendary in my books. Like they're mentioned a lot of times throughout the Harry Potter series, and you sort of have a picture of what they're like and the powers they possess in your mind. But to see the actual founding of Hogwarts, I think would be fantastic, because we'll have something which will be completely different from what we've seen before. It'll be set during the medieval era, and we'll actually get to learn a lot about the history of the world, which I'm really intrigued about. And from a business point of view, have those 4 people, those 4 houses as a centre point here, and with a lot of fans having gone onto the Pottermore website to get selected into their house, like for me I was a Hufflepuff, I'll be quite interested to see how Helga Hufflepuff turns out in this film, and you already have that affiliation going into it. So yeah, that would be my pick for the next thing they do in the Harry Potter franchise, but of course they could make some new characters, there could be a whole different story I haven't even thought about today, but yeah, let me know your suggestions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, it really does help the video out, and I'll see you in the next one.